Hello, hello. Oh, long time no see. It feels like it's been ages, even though it's only been a couple of weeks. How is everyone? My little background today is pretty reminiscent of how the last couple of weeks have been for me. Quite up and down. In the marshes, in the bogweeds. That's all I have to say about that. I'm still coming off the back of being pretty ill last week, so, you know, forgive me if I'm coughing or spluttering. I need to mute every now and again. I'm afraid everyone's forgotten about me, little old me, but, well, hello. Welcome to my stream, if you are new here or if you are returning. I'm missing my regulars. I'm Auntie Lalarola, for all of you present and future Warlocks, and it's very nice to hang out with you. Today we are going to be continuing on with this little redraw that I have been working on, well, that I worked on last week. So let's get this up, shall we? So here is the image that we are redrawing today. So this is a piece that I did like way long ago, like a decade ago. Back when I was just a little baby. No. Yes, well, it was originally a really horrible little piece that I didn't finish a decade ago. And then this one, this version of it, I did 3 years ago, 2022. I'm not a liar. I was just thinking a bit too far back. Not very reminiscent of my style anymore. And so last time we went stream, we came up with this. She's a bit different to what I had before, but I think in a really good way. I think she definitely measures up. She's definitely a lot more akin to my current style. She's a bit creepier. She's a bit spookier. And last time I was here, we came up with some lore for her because she was just this random cool character that I made all those years ago, and now I'm like, oh, well, let's make her a cool character. Let's put some lore into her, let's put some actual thought behind her design. So we decided that we would do some sort of Dullahan thing, because Dullahans are one of my absolute favourite folklore creatures. So that's what we've got. Last week I did the... not last week, like 3 weeks ago, I did the sketch and the design, and then did the line art. I finished the line art off stream, and now we're here, and we're going to do my favourite bit, the bit that I typically do, which is colouring. So yeah, I guess we'll hop right into it. I realised from my sketch that I made her way too pink, so I am gonna bring in the blue again. Go back for the blue. So I'm still gonna keep her pretty pale, I think, but I'm just gonna blue her up a bit. So for those who are curious, I'm not sure if anyone was, I took, like, not last week but the week before off because I was going to a concert in London. The concert was really good, loved it, amazing, wonderful, everything I'd ever hoped and more. We ate so much good food, it was such a lovely time, and then I came back and I was really, really sick, and you're not gonna believe it, it was the... I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it. I'm not sure if they still have censorship over this particular disease. But, you know, it was the one that was really popular a couple years ago, that begins with C. You know, I'm just so behind the times. I didn't get it properly at the time. Like, I kind of technically had it at one point, but it was a very faint, like, test line. And, well, now I've had it. I've officially had it. And it was rough. Proper lost my taste and everything. So, yeah, that was me. Bit miserable. But it's alright, I'm back. I wouldn't say better than ever, but, you know, we're on the up, we're on the mend. You know, it's especially tricky coming off the back of some other health issues I've been having. I had, a few weeks ago I had some really bad brain fog that was really making things quite difficult for me, and then after that I had some like really bad wrist issues that were making it impossible to draw, and I had to really rest my wrist. So really just my body's falling apart at my big age. So it's been rough, but you know, I'm coming back stronger, and well, my wrist is finally a bit better since I was forced to take a decent chunk of time off from drawing, fortunately, which has made things kind of weird, I guess, because I'm not the sort of person who usually gets really, really burnt out. Like, I never have art block because I don't have any ideas, because I play so much D&D, I play so many video games, I'm full of ideas all the time, but taking so long away from art, like basically completely, was really, like, I don't know, just hard. It made it hard to get back into it. But I did some stupid little memes to sort of ease my way back in, of my D&D party, and that was really nice. So yeah, the law that we came up with for this girl, I think that we'll probably stick with this, but she is some sort of like forest spirit that sort of got lost in the woods. She was cursed by a fey queen of some kind, and now she lurks around the forest and well, she actually helps children. She doesn't steer them away. If she finds a lost child and helps, she will bring them back to their families, because she had a child herself and her child was taken from her by the woods, I guess. We never really got much further than that, I don't think. There was a lot of drama between her and her husband, a fey husband, fey king, and a fey queen. So that's always fun. So, sorry about that. Got this really lovely red colour for her hair. This it's a bit more pink in the original. Well, not really original, but woo, my show is on. Hello. Sounding good. Thank you very much. I miss my friends. I miss my streaming friends. I forgot what I was talking about now. I really like the I really like this red. I think it's just lovely contrast against her very pale skin. It's still not blue enough, so I think I'll go back in and make it a little bit bluer. The popcorn emoji. My show is on. Yeah, I'm a little out of practice this week, I fear. But you know, you just gotta get back on the hook. Sometimes life happens and there's not really anything you can do about it. Sometimes you're forced to take a break, even if you don't really want to. And that's okay. It just means you have to pick yourself back up and start again. But you're never really starting again. You can just continue on as you were. Gosh, I'm really drawing a blank on sort of to talk about today. I had so many things. I mean, it's been like 2 weeks. And I mean, mostly I've just been dealing with my lack of wrist function. A artist's worst enemy. Full-time artist's worst enemy. But, you know, I've still been doing my commissions and stuff. Oh my god, I've been doing this on the wrong layer! No! Oh, that's a rookie error. At least I notice now. Go back, go back. No! It's too late. I've got to erase it all. Oopsie. We're starting again, everyone. Round 2. We'll start again. We're going back. Going back, everyone. Listen, even the masters make mistakes sometimes. And by God, I'm just the greatest, guys. I'm just the greatest. I'd never make a mistake like that. You saw nothing. Saw nothing. Look, it's like it never happened. It's like it never happened. No one knows. It's fine. That's why she's the greatest. That's why she's the GOAT. Yeah, now we're on the correct layer. Took a few days off and now I'm like this. Girl. Making rookie errors like this. Now I gotta do this like double speed so I can get onto the rendering part. Because the rendering is the best bit. I'm not sure if I want to keep like very glowy and cute and pretty the same way that I've got her in the original. Well, not the original, but you know, in the one that I've got on screen, or whether to give her way creepier lighting to reflect this sort of gory, folklore, dark fantasy type of thing that we've got going on here. Because I really like the glow, and it's very reminiscent of my old style. It's very, and I mean, I still include a lot of glowy bloom effects and fireflies and all sorts of things like that in my art now, but it was a big thing for me back in 2022. It was my defining feature of my style. Back in university, doing art, we would do little critiques every week. We'd show off what art we'd been working on every week, and you know, we'd give each other some constructive criticism. And whenever my art was getting pulled up, everyone instantly knew it was mine, because not just because of like the style of it, but because of the colors that I used constantly. I always use these like pink and blue combination. It's still my favorite color combination ever. But everyone would be like, oh my god, it's hers. You can just tell it's hers, because look at the state of it. There was this guy in my class back then who was honestly such a jerk. He really thought he knew better than everyone else, and the critiques that he would give were like, they were just really bad, and he really thought that he knew. Evil man. He thought he knew like better than everyone else when it came to art, and the worst thing about it is that the lecturers basically were just like sucking his dick every opportunity that they got. It was like, you're not supposed to have favorites, but some of my lecturers were just so enraptured with this little freak of a man, and it's and it made his ego even bigger, and he just wouldn't stop. He gave some really harsh critiques, especially about anatomy and shading, which, you know, sure, like, we're critiquing each other's work, like, that's fine, but he would do it in a really, like, he would do it in, like, a really horrible way. It was really brutal. Hi, Sage Coral. Nice to see you. Honestly, your art is so good. I don't know why nobody's watching. Thank you. It's so sweet. I think it's because I took a couple of weeks off. Usually I have a couple of friends in here, but you know, they've forgotten about me. Everyone forgot about little old me. And not that I had that many views to begin with, but... And not that it's ever really about the views. I just like hanging out with people. So I'm glad you're here. I haven't. Thank you, Sage Coral. How's your week been? What have you been up to this week? I mean, there's not really much to explain here. I'm just revisiting an old piece of art that I did a couple of years ago, and redrawing it, redesigning the character. That school. Oh no. Oh, did you? Oh, it's September. Wow, how time flies. Did you go back to school like this week then? That's harsh. It's tough to see. I could never go back to school. I'm done now. And one day you'll be free, Sage. I promise. 3 months ago? Oh my gosh. Where do you, wait, I was gonna be like, where do you live? It's, not in a creepy way, but like, you know, because I feel like the norm is usually for August summer holidays and September going back. You know, not... I didn't mean for that to be a weird question, but I'm curious as to where that is. I finished school. Well, I finished university like 2 years ago now. 2 years ago? Maybe 3. I don't know how long it's been. It's been a roller coaster. I've done nothing. What degree? School never ends, university and work. It's pure hell. No, for real. Absolutely. It's... life's a grind. The grind never stops. I actually... You know, school is hell. Because of, like, exams and... I don't know, just, like, high school drama, and it's, like, really stressful and everything. And then university is much the same. But I quite enjoyed having the very quantifiable, like, measures of success in the form of grades. I loved having grades. And, I mean, it was terrible for my mental health. I'm a bit of an overachiever. So I would just drive myself insane trying to get perfect grades. So, you know, I'm glad I'm not at school anymore. I feel for you, I really do. What's your favorite subject at school? Sage, if you have one. If it's not all just terrible and you hate every second of it and you don't like any of your subjects, I'm dying. I like lunch. Or history. Oh, I liked history. I liked history for the most part. I did history as my like the exams that I did before university, like the highest ones for secondary school. They're always different somewhere. How is my week? It's been, I mean, this week has been okay. Last week I had the dreaded illness from a couple of years ago that had everyone going crazy. You know, that one that I don't think we're allowed to say on YouTube. Which is really funny because I didn't get it when it was like the Panny Demi. But I'm still coughing. So been better, but on the up. Ugh. Yeah, now that you mention it. Sorry, it's just coughing. Thank you, Sage, and well, it was nice to see you. Enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your weekend and your time away from school. It was lovely to see you. I'm very glad for the company. Thank you so much. So yeah, back onto the nasty little man from my uni. He gosh, I don't remember some of the comments that he made. He never really made any comments directly against me. Not that I can remember anyway. But there was one time that I distinctly remember. I wasn't even involved, but I remember being told about it later. For context, he is a Caucasian man, and there was this other person in our class who was wanting some advice from their friend, friend who was a person of color, about how to most accurately and you know, like respectfully draw darker skin, just in case there was something that they weren't really like thinking about or whatever. You know, it's like nice, respectful. And this man comes over and he's like, well, why didn't you just ask me? What do you mean? Bro, you are a piece of paper. How, like, printer paper, white paper. You are literally the palest man I've ever seen. What do you mean? And I just think it's really, like, I don't know, it just really went to show how egotistical this guy was. To think that he had, like, such authority on this sort of thing. It's really weird. And just the way that he would talk to other people about that art was just really not very nice. And, you know, it made it all the sweeter when he messed up. I never really wished for anyone to mess up their art, and I would always give them, like, nice critiques if there was something that I noticed that was a little bit off. But you know, like one time he forgot to give his character a crotch, and his shading was like not the best, not the deepest, on like a white character. Like he was very insistent on giving all of his characters like white hair and white metal and everything like that, white armor. And he just like I did it wasn't very like it's quite flat. You know. And it's, you know, it's constructive criticism. I'm not being hateful of his art. His art was really good. That's what made it even more annoying. That he was such a brat about it. But oh well. I do wonder what he's up to now. Because he wasn't very good at working with people. So I do wonder if he ever got into a studio or anything. Or whether he just does freelance or whatever. I'm curious, but not curious enough to check up on him. I did not like him at all. These branches are so strange in places. Hello, Pixelated Shade. Welcome to the stream. It's nice to see you. How are you? How have you been? What's your week been like? I personally have had a bit of a wishy-washy one. Saw me on your For You page. Oh yay, that's so nice. So lovely. Glad you're here. I'm glad the algorithm is being kind to me. I have betrayed the algorithm. Unfortunately, this is the first social media thing I've done in like 2 weeks because I was unwell. But I'm better now. You're good? That's good. Have you been up to anything interesting this week? I have been slowly easing myself back into art. It is all I do. Because of wrist issues and sickness and like life stuff, I've just been away from my computer, not been able to do any art, and it's been really weird. Oh no, I'm feeling sick today. You know, I just got over that one. That's the sickness that I had. It's been going around, it has. I went to London, of all places, so you know, the subway, it's unavoidable. It was definitely unavoidable from where I was. I was forced into so many situations where, like, I flew down and there was like, you know, the like buses to the airport terminal and things like that. They really they shoved us on there, and it was really overcrowded, and we had to stand there for like 20 minutes. I was like touching a bunch of other people, and then like I was on really busy subways. And then I was down for a concert, and the concert was definitely like, I think the venue was a little bit too small for the amount of people that were there. So I was just like, the whole time I was just thinking like, damn, really couldn't be us like a couple years ago. Like, what happened to social distancing? Seriously. It sucks. Yeah. Yeah, really. I value my personal space. Especially when it comes to strangers. I think most people feel the same way. So yeah, inevitably I came home sick. You know, it's such a bummer. It's so embarrassing. I think it's just really, it's really cringe to get it in the big year of 2025. Especially because I didn't get it when it was like the thing, you know? But oh well. Back and better than ever. I hope you're doing okay, Pixel. Because, man, that was rough. It's just, like, it just is really horrible. And I've still got a bit of a cough, so I have to mute every now and again. Well, I'm doing alright. That's good. Space too. Yeah, I'm not like a... I don't know. I'm certainly not a germaphobe. I'm certainly not... I don't know, I'm a bit of an introvert. So, but something about touching strangers just really, ugh, get the ick. Get the ick about it. Let's get this lady's goo in. She's got this, my girly pop, that I'm drawing currently. She is, not really a character, well, she wasn't, but on my last stream that I did, we gave her a bit more lore, because I'm redrawing her, and when I drew her originally, she didn't have any lore. She was just a cool character. So now she has lore about being cursed by a fae queen. Now she's a sort of like spirit of the forest that helps children find their way home. And the goo is sort of representative of the curse, I guess. I don't think we ever really figured out what the goo is about, but I like the goo. The goo is a fundamental aspect of the original drawing, so it has to stay. Get her little earrings in. So cool, thank you. It was really quite fun to come up with this sort of lore on the fly. And you know, there's still stuff to go about her. There's still lore to be added. But yeah, most of it came out with the original design, which I'm really fond of. I think it's a lot more reminiscent of the type of art that I do now, which is still the same, but a little bit creepier. Maybe the goo can be a part of the curse? Yes, absolutely. It kind of reminds me of, like, tree sap or something, but it's like diseased tree sap. And since she's got all these like brambles and tree sort of stuff all over her, like I feel like it's like, oh she's like puking it up. But I don't know, maybe it can do something? Maybe where the goo drops on the ground, you get those like ink cap mushrooms. You know, they're like, I don't know what they're actually called, but the little mushrooms that are white on the top and they have like black ink like drooping down. And that would be pretty cool. And then maybe it becomes fairy circles or something. Fairy circles of these gooey mushrooms. That'd be pretty sick. And then she can just teleport into the Feywild or something. Wouldn't that be nice for her? She deserves it. I don't know what she would do there. She's only got enemies in the Fey. Maybe the goo... goo could... I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. I want to try and find an image of them. Let me see if I can. Because they're really distinctive. Oh, they are just called inky caps. That's so cute. Aww. Let me get a little picky wicky. I'm lost. These guys, I think they're really cute. All the little like drippies. Dark Shadow! Yay! Hello, how are you? I thought you'd forgotten about me. It's nice to see you. As you can see, we're working on our little girly pop. But yeah, those are the mushrooms. I'm not sure if I displayed them accurately, so I'm not sure if it came up properly, but they're like ooh, and then they're like drip, 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 blub, blub, blub. You know what I mean. You saw them. I'm good. How are you? How are you feeling? I'm doing a lot better. I'm not sure if you can tell by my voice, but it's been rough. I've been coughing. I've had to mute a couple times, but that's okay. We're winning. Can never forget about me. Oh, you're too sweet. Me and Pixel were just talking about what the goo. What's her goo about? Because Girly Pop never. We never really decided, I don't think, on what the goo actually does. I suggested that the goo, like she drips it on the ground and it turns into these little like these inky mushrooms that I was just showing off, and they can form into like fairy circles or something, which would be cool. Also, how are you? What have you been up to these past couple of weeks? Long time no see. Oh, the ink-camp mushrooms. Yes, yes, absolutely. They are very inky and gooey, and you know, this girl is very inky and gooey. She needs. I can't keep calling her girly pop. I can't keep calling her girl. She needs a name. We need to decide on a name for her. I'm thinking something really long and like annoying to say. Like something really pretty and long, like Seraphina, something. I'm good, tired, trying to sort my house out to move out. Oh yay! Wow, yay, moving. But also very tiring. Very tiring. Moving house. I feel like a lot of people have been moving house recently. A few of my friends have been moving around. Don't know what that's all about. Something in the air. Oh, yay! Moving, I think, is probably one of the most tiring things you could ever possibly do. It exhausted me every time. Like moving in and out of uni halls, moving across the country. Ugh. Very tiring. It's not really by choice and sadly not under good circumstances, but it has to be done. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Dark Shadow. Oh no. Yeah, that's I'm sorry to hear that, Dark Shadow. And I remember you were struggling with your mental health a little bit as well. So I hope that, you know, I hope that this will be a good thing in the long run. And that it will, you know, new beginnings, looking up. You can find a positive Find a positive in this, I'm sure. Eventually. Eventually things will be less shit. That's my motto. That's my brand of optimism. It's exciting. I hope your situation gets better and whatever you are dealing with in life. It's lovely words, Pixar. It's really sweet. So we've had a couple of new people in today. It's been fun. But it's really weird to be back after taking a couple of weeks off. I feel so out of practice. But you know, that also means that people have been up to stuff. I don't know what I'm talking about. Just ignore me, guys, it's fine. Just put me on mute. I just be yammering sometimes. Yeah, I hope that this stream can be some nice I don't know, a nice distraction. It's upsetting because this is my family home. I've been here for like 25 years, so it's hard to say goodbye. Sadly, the situation has led to this move. It's bad memory of the past. So you know, you get better. Yeah, absolutely. You know, it is tough. Your childhood home as well is really tough. But sometimes you just gotta do the hard thing for future benefit, really, don't you? Get out while you can, and then hopefully you can sort of look back on it fondly once the hurt has faded away a little bit. Yeah, 100%. It is really sad, like the childhood home. When I moved, like super far away, I basically moved literally like from the furthest south to like the furthest north that I could be, so I'm really far away from everything I'd ever known, really. And while I've been away, while I've moved, my mum moved house, and it was like she was like she bought a house and she moved, and then suddenly this house that I had spent my whole childhood in is like gone, and the last time I'd been, I didn't know it was the last time that I was going to be there, because I had come to visit for Christmas. I was like, oh yeah, I'll come down when I can, and I couldn't make it down again, and now the house is gone. Now it just belongs to someone else, probably, which is so weird. Certainly not a pinch on your situation, but it is just sad. But you know, it's also quite nice to have a space to grow into as well. Because I feel like living in the same house for such a long time, you kind of, don't know, I wouldn't say stagnate, but I always feel like a kid if I lived in that house. You finally have your greenhouse dream. Yes! You fill the place with plants, and start a garden, you can decorate however you want. That's what we love. Why have I made her eyes pink? Her eyes are not pink. I've been drawing Cinnamon too much. I've been drawing my little orc gal too much. Speaking of... Sounds nice. My theme is green, black, and gold. Ooh. Do you love green? Do very much love green. I feel like sage green is like sage green in houses is like the Gen Z millennial grey. But it's so good. It's so pretty. And you have emerald green and forest green. It's yeah, no, green. Well, 10 out of 10. Love green. I never really what the fuck? I never really appreciated green until I met my partner. I was definitely a pink girl. I love pink. And I love blue. Like my character. Pinky blue. But he put me onto green. Hello Mariana. Thank you so much for the compliment. And welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well. How have you been? Been up to anything exciting this week? Green was my dad's fave colour, it really rubbed off on me. I think it's extra special when it's a colour that makes you think of someone to become your favourite colour. It's really sappy, but you know, it's nice. I am really good. That's good to hear. How's your week been? What have you been up to? I think a lot of people have just been working or being sick or going to school. School started up again. If you're in the UK. Other places, I think most places start in September. For context, I am redrawing this character that I drew in 2022 just to update her into my current style and redesign her, basically give her a bit of lore, give her a bit of a story. Your art is very good, thank you. And yes, speaking of this girl and her lore and her story, she needs a name. She needs a name. I can't keep calling her Girly Pop. She is a Girly Pop, but I think she deserves a name now that she has a bit of lore. Now that she's been cursed by evil Fey Witch and she roams around the forest. Diggo's cute. Definitely speaks to her skin colour, although very light. Very light Diggo. Diggo is cute. I want it to be like, I don't know. She's a Dullahan, so that makes me want to give her like an Irish name. Because it's Irish folk. If I remember correctly. Might be Scottish, but I think it's Irish. Maybe Moon. Moon is nice, like as well. Like Celeste. Like celestial body. She doesn't really have celestial features, but you know, maybe she did when she was, I don't want to say normal, but when she was normal. She's a bit weird now. Give her a bit of... I love this little fucking eye shine. This little bit in the corner of the eye. Arcane really put me onto that, and it just makes the eyes pop. I just love it. It's so much. Could combine the two names, Indigo Moon. Call her Indy for short. Or Mumu. I love it too, thank you. I think I really love the Arcane art style as well. I realised I just said thank you as if I was like As if I worked on Arcane. I wish. Oh, that would be so good. Oh, I saw this really cool Arcane art book in a nerd shop while I was in London. And I wanted it so bad, but it was too expensive. I settled for getting some silly folklore, like tarot cards instead. Which are really pretty. They're really lovely. But, oh, love me an art book, I do. Just can't resist. Well, I can. They're really expensive. Kind of tweaked my rendering style for faces recently. Just made them a bit shinier, and I really like it. Been using it a little bit for commissions. A few commissions I've had lately. I've not really been advertising them so much. I'm kind of scared to get more, so I might close them. I should probably close them if I don't want any more. I just think it would be nice. Part of me is like, oh, I have to be working. I have to be working time. Otherwise, I'm wasting away, I'm wasting my life, or whatever. So I want to keep going. But I also just think it would be nice to not have any commissions on the go for like a week. Ever since I opened my commissions in like December of last year, I've had at least one commission on the go this entire time. You're making me happy. Oh, thank you. Scared to get more. Me slowly putting money back in my bank. Oh, no, for you, Dark Shadow, I'll make an exception. For you, I'll make an exception because your characters are really cute and I would really enjoy drawing them. I'm just not advertising them to everyone. Also, welcome back, Pixel. I'm just not advertising them at the moment because I just feel a bit lazy. I don't feel, it doesn't feel right to take on more while I'm still having like wrist troubles, because it means that I might say to people that, oh, I can do this within like this amount of time, but then if I have another wrist flare up, wrist is fine at the moment, but like if I have another flare up or whatever, or I get sick again, then I just feel so bad like disappointing people. Even though everyone who's ever commissioned me has been so kind. They're so nice and they're so understanding. I like did a couple. I finally got around to doing some sketches for people today and yesterday. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. This should have been done like 2 weeks ago. I was just, life gets the better of you sometimes. I'm sorry. And they were like, it's so fine. Like, you could stab me and it would be fine. And I'm like, oh, thank you. That's so kind. I don't know. It just, people are so nice about it. And I know that you would be very kind and patient with me, Dark Shadow, so, you know, I would feel okay taking it on. Also because I really like your characters. Not to play favorites, but not to play favorites, but also like if you come to my stream, then I'm probably gonna prioritize your commission. Because also I get to draw it on stream and you'll be there to watch it, and it's fun. I like that. Love the colours. Thank you, Mariana. She's very shiny. Bad. She's got quite a pointy chin. You have a lot of characters to pick from. From what I recall of your art fight. Oh my god, also Crystal's won art fight? What the fuck? How did they win? I swear. Fossils were on top. Like, obviously it was so close. It was so close the entire month. But, like, Fossils were... Whenever it was leaning one way or another, it was always, like, Fossils who were... Like, who had the, like, 0.1% more. So how the fuck did Crystals win? It's so... And I was feeling so good about it as well because, like, everyone that I saw on TikTok right before it started were posting about how they joined Crystals. So I really felt like an underdog. I really felt like an underdog being a fossil. And then they just... Like, I thought we were gonna win. I'm gutted. Because I've heard that in the past with Art Fight, like usually like a lot of people join the same team. Like there's like a clear preferred team because one of the aesthetics is cuter than the other. And so like from the get-go, one of the teams is like, it's just decided that they're gonna win. But this year it was actually different. That's what I heard anyway. And this year was different and it was all like, oh, who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? But it should have been Fossils. It should have been. I saw some of the crazy mass attacks that Fossils were putting out. And then some of those little like stupid like not stupid in like a bad way, but stupid in like a funny way. Like ice creams that one person was doing. And then eventually they got reported because they weren't putting in enough effort and they had all their ice creams taken down. Oh, it's so stupid. I love it though, it was such a blast. I'm really excited for next year. I feel like I should get I want to get my ref sheets ready already. Just kidding. My characters will be different by then, I'm sure. Only Senimir will be. That's my rant over. That's the last time I'm talking about Art Fight for like the next year. Had so much fun, but it's ruined now. Can't believe we lost. Slowly updating my refs. Nataza's new ref sheet and an outfit. Jeff's next. Ooh! That's super fun. One day I'll draw as good as you. That's so sweet. Listen, with practice, anything is possible. And hey, I have still a lot to learn when it comes to my art. There's a lot of things I can improve on, and it took a lot of practice to get to this point. Hello, Figgy. Cat. My familiar. She keeps jumping on my desk. She's really into that right now. Bloody hell. Okay. She's causing a ruckus. I unfortunately didn't join Art Fight. No, Pixel, no. You should join next year. It was really fun. I had a really good time. I don't really need to worry about updating my refs, I don't think, because I like to make ref sheets, or not ref sheets in particular, but I always make little paper dolls of my characters and stuff and put them in loads of different outfits, so I always have the building blocks of a ref sheet just like ready to go at any given moment. Which is why when I made the bold decision to join Art Fight like 3 days before it started, I still ended up with like 10 characters on my thing because I already just had them. That is beautiful. Make sure I do. Thank you so much. You guys are so sweet. So cool. Make sure you do. Yes, definitely should. And you know, my little stream friends, my little warlocks who join me, you know, they'll get priority. I'll attack you guys first next year, so you know, stick around. Not to play favorites, but they don't know I'm playing favorites if they haven't joined the stream. My friend has all 100 spaces full. What a mad lad. What the fuck? What is wrong with your friend? Not to be mean. Not in a mean way, but like, what the fuck? That's an encyclopedia worth of characters. How does she even have that many? Does she even have that many? Does she have lore for all of them, or is she just like, oh, I made a character. I drank a beer. I drank another beer. 3 beers. 4 beers. 5 beers. 6 beers. You know, she's just making them for the sake of it, or like, do they have like tons of lore? What? You make paper dolls, please tell me how you make them. They're not actual... I say paper dolls, they're not actually made of paper. They're not actually made of paper. I just make like... hang on. Let me grab an example. I just need to make sure that I'm opening one that's not not got their boobs out immediately. Let's use Sapphire. Oh, his document is so large. Maybe this was a bad one to choose. Why is he undead? Stop this. Okay, right. So this is what I've got. Let me find his like skin, because he's not supposed to be. There we go. That's his usual skin color. And gold. So yeah, so I have this like I have him bald. I have him so I have like all of these different let me move myself. So you can see like the layers down here. So I make the clothes. I make the I have this. So you see he has like a base, and then I do everything on individual layers. I group up the layers, so then I can just like I can be like, oh, he's wearing a shirt. I can put him in this. I can be like, oh, here's his little like regular armor. Here's a bag. You can have a bag now. It's my favorite. Yeah. This is my favorite outfit that I did for him. And then we have his armor of the shepherd. Oh, he's so cool. No, that's not the right cloak. I have a lot of cloak. So there we go. This is what I mean by paper doll. Zaf's got like the most. Is a bit flashed up, auntie? Yes. Yeah, so it's kind of like a... Oh, where's his dagger? There he is. Where's his mask? Let's take his mask off. Boom. Yes, and I can put his mask on. Boop, 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 boop. Yeah, this is what I mean by paper doll, because it just sort of reminds me of those little games. Those little like dress-up games. It reminds me of the old, like when you would have a paper doll and you cut out little the little like shirt out of paper with little tabs and stuff. It's very cute. I love it. Dress up your OC. Absolutely. So cool. Thank you guys so much. You're like, oh my god. So yeah, that's what I basically do for all of my characters. All of the characters that need multiple outfits anyway. So Senna Mirren, who is my current D&D character, she has one as well, but I just feel a little bit like spooked about getting her out because she's got her boobs out. It's a bit too booby, and algorithms aren't really a fan of that. I've already had like a different character like taken down off of TikTok because she was wearing a bra. She was censored, but because there was just a little bit too much cleavage, a little bit too much under boob, they were like, nah. So but yeah, it's like my favorite thing to do. And then I have like a bunch of different outfits ready to go for ref sheets and stuff, which is nice for art fight. Oh my gosh, so many messages. Cool, I should do that with Jeff. She's got so many outfits. It's really fun. And then also you get to I think my favorite thing about it is that you get to have that sort of realism of mixing and matching different pieces of different outfits together. I'm a bit of a realism girly. I like things to make sense, as much as they can do when it comes to my characters. So I like to think about like, what staples would they have? How would they layer them? What pieces would they reuse for certain outfits and stuff like that? And that's where I think the sort of like paper doll thing really shines. I think it's just really fun to mix and match. Can you try one day? Just want to try a food OC. Oh, that would be fun to do like a. I think it would be fun to do like a like one of those challenges, like making OCs based on like this thing or that thing, food or animals or. Oh, I think weapons would be really fun, like old like 13th century, like, you know, like Renaissance, you know, like medieval weaponry, like a person based on a mace, on a morning star, person based on a rapier, person based on a halberd, or a glaive or something, and they could be holding the weapon. It'd be really cool. You know, it'd be like when someone looks like their dog, but they just look like the weapon they wield. Maybe that's stupid, maybe there's not enough there, but I just really like 14th century stuff, okay? Oh, I did that kind of. I have a water genasi based around the sea salt ice cream for an old Candy World one shot. Whoa! You and Genasi, Dark Shadow. Hey, can't take that away from you. You love a genasi. Sea salt ice cream is so fun. That's such an interesting one to choose. What food would I do? I was gonna make an OC based on food. What's my favorite food? I have forgotten everything. Everything that I've ever liked. I really like vegan turkey dinosaurs. Can make a little dinosaur. I like pasta. I like chocolate. I really like chocolate. But chocolate's overdone. Chocolate's been done. There are OCs based on chocolate all over the place. Genasi was my first character raised. I can't help it. I love pasta, yeah. Pizza Dragon. Whoa! That's sick as fuck. Oh, I do like a dragon. I do like a dragon. Although I'll say that I tend to just draw my dragons a bit like snakes. Because I like the OG dragon. The dragon before dragons, which was giant serpent. It's the OG. It's the first dragons were just big old snakes. It's very interesting actually. I did a lot of research into dragon folklore back in the day. I was doing my final major project at university. Talks about uni quite a lot in this stream. Those were the days. And it was really interesting to see the theories as to why so many different cultures around the world agreed on Big Snake. Because there's a big snake in so many different cultures, folklore and mythology. Like obviously you have Jormungandr, the Viking, the Norse big boy, the world eater, the world serpent. But I believe, well, Chinese dragons are very serpentine. I believe ancient Egypt had their own little, well, I say little, big ol' snake. And I just think it's really interesting. Loki's daughter, yeah, I believe so. Loki had a lot of kids. Weird. But also so did Odin. So did Thor and everyone. So mythology's weird. Yeah, I just thought it was really interesting. Some scholars believed that the reason why humans as a collective just sort of agreed on Big Snake as part of lore and mythology is because snakes are like inherently scary. They have people have like a inherent fear of snakes because they used to be really deadly and it's like a primal thing. Which I suppose makes sense because a lot of these like big snakes are not our friend. In these stories. Oh yeah, I don't know. Someone came up with a really cool story around dragons that I found funny. Well, now you have to tell it. I sometimes make dragon dolls. Oh, that's really cool, Mariana. Is that like, do you mean like, are they like, stuffed animals? Or are they like, you know, sometimes you get those like hand puppets that people make out of paper and cardboard and stuff. They often have a dragon face. Or do you make them out of clay? Good. One would be funky. Not our friend, but Y-friend shaped. No, exactly. Out of paper. Oh, that's really cool. Are they the little like hand puppet things? Because I see those a lot. And I think they're really fun. People get really creative with those. Nice. Or are they just like little dragon dudes? I think still like a lot I need to bear out on hands and stuff, but I'm a little bit conscious of time. So I do kind of want to get to something more exciting, potentially. Get the hat. Ooh. I need to decide where those light source is coming from. I'm silly, actually. Actually, I'm silly. I just remembered that she's got glowing spores that come from her hands, so her hands should be lighter on the inside than the outside. And that's art. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Lots of paper. Bye, I need to go. Bye, Mariana. Thank you for hanging out. It's lovely to see you. I hope to see you again. I'm here every week. Same time every week. Except the last 2 weeks I wasn't here, but shh, it's fine. Okay, so in a sci-fi setting, these scientists were researching crocodiles and discovered a heart condition with all the breeds, so they started trying to work on curing this issue. Oh dear. I can sense this is going to be an interesting solution to such a problem. Please, brighter. You know what? It's fine. Fix it later. That's my motto. Fix it later. I can be bothered. Let's get some more shading under this goo. Some more. I feel like one of her ears is like... I'm certain that I use the symmetry tool for her ears and somehow they're wonky. Or maybe they're not wonky and it's just because of this branch. Either way, that's weird. Either way, it's fine. Ears are sisters, not twins. I'm sure that's how that works. They ended up making a cure and gave it to a test subject. It worked, and then suddenly it started to grow large and large and grew extra limbs and then got more aggressive than normal. So they were crocodiles? I mean, they are very crocodilic. They are very crocodilic. I believe that crocodiles are quite smart as well. Maybe I'm making that up. I mean, they are very close to evolutionary perfection because they have stayed the same for millions of years. But we all know that true evolutionary perfection is the horseshoe crab. It all comes back to crab. What they discovered in the end was that heart condition was the way of evolution to stunt dragons' growth. So they unlocked the dragons. Evolution itself nerfed them. So funny. Why would it nerf them? They'd just be too cool. They would just be too powerful and then the rest of the ecosystems would perish. Bloop. I love the little eye shine. It just brings so much. It just brings so much to the table. So much life. And I love these goat eyes. Can't get enough. They couldn't deal with the amazing power of dragons. Absolutely. I think that's fair. I think that's allowed. That is a funny reason for dragons to exist though. I like that. Like they didn't evolve from crocodiles. Crocodiles evolved from dragons. They got nerfed. I hate to see it. But you love to see them succeed. They basically, oh my god, they just did a fucking Jurassic Park. They basically did Jurassic Park. Science just went too far. And that's what happens when you tamper with reptilians. Can't trust him. They did! Oh my god, I would so go if they had dragons. I mean, what are What are dragons and dinosaurs? If not just the same fucking thing. So, birds were dinosaurs once, you know? It's not so much of a leap. Not dinosaurs with wings. T-Rex with wings. T-Rex with wings, that would make up for their short fucking arms. Or maybe they maybe they would have like bat-like wings, so their arms are their wings. I feel like T-Rex's arms were that short because they had wings originally, but then they evolved to not have wings anymore because they got too big, so they weren't using the wings. So then their arms just got smaller and smaller and smaller. Their like wings got smaller and smaller because they weren't being used. And then they just ended up with little stumps. There's like no other reason for them to have such short arms. Yeah. They would be as small as their arms. They'd have tiny arms. Like, what are they doing? Why are they like that? It's a bit weird. T-Rexes are really goofy. Or rather if their arms are that small because they didn't find all the right bones. I mean, yeah, it could be. I mean, nowadays we're having a lot of paleontologists like backtracking and stuff because they're like, oh, actually we think that these artist renditions of these creatures is wrong and they all have feathers, stuff, and frills and all of this stuff. Maybe they were really chunky, which I like. It's nice. It's the thing about archaeology and bones and dinosaurs and all of that. You just don't really know. It's really annoying. Because like we're never gonna really actually truly know. I don't think there's any sort of technology short of time travel that would allow us to fully know. Because everything is just based off of our best guess. Unless I guess we did a Jurassic Park. We did a Jurassic Park for science. And we grew a dinosaur. Just to know what they looked like. How they behaved, and if we were right about them. But also we've seen Jurassic Park. We know where that goes. But I love someone reanimated the Velociraptor kitchen clip from Jurassic Park, but with the more up-to-date, accurate Velociraptor look. Oh, that's so cute. I feel like they've got like loads of feathers now in their like updated one, don't they? Like, you know, I've not really been keeping up to date on dinosaur news, unfortunately. Which is poor form. But I think I know what we're thinking of. I think I know. The look. Get the look. We've all seen Jurassic Park, but we'd still all go. That's true. There has to be somewhere that we can go that's free from, like, Disney adults, you know? We get to go to an amusement park that's just not... I don't know, I feel like the Disney adults would still go. Is Jurassic Park owned by Disney? I feel like everything's owned by Disney. I'm having a crisis now. In the clip, they're smaller and covered in black feathers. They're basically just crows. They're basically just corvids. And I love that for them. I would love a crow friend. I really want one. I really want to befriend a crow. And there are so many near my house, but they never like come close enough. They come close enough, and if If I open the door, they fly away. How am I supposed to befriend a crow if they don't stick around long enough for me to throw them treats? For them to see my face so they can remember it because they're really smart. That's all I want. I'm gonna have to like rescue a baby one. No, they're not. It's Universal Studios. Oh, thank God. Something free from Disney's clutches. Feed them. Apparently crows are smart enough to remember who. Yeah, smart babies. Yeah. I want them to know it was me, and I feel like they won't know it was me unless they see me. But they can't. They don't stick around long enough to witness. I think I have to go outside. I think I'd have to walk the streets with seeds. Throw them at crows until they recognize me. And then they could bring me little trinkets. That's all I want. Because they're so clever. We do sometimes put bird seed out in the back garden, but we mostly just get pigeons. Which, you know, huge win for my partner. Huge win. He loves pigeons. Pigeons are really clever as well, to be fair. They've got really good homing. Got really good homing instincts, which is why you get pigeon racing. It's just so silly. I do love pigeons. I'm sure if you leave food out, they'll keep coming back for the food, and then eventually you can feed them outside more. It sounds like a slow process. I want it now. No, maybe I should. Maybe I should actually like put in like a decent chunk of effort. Do it for a decent chunk of time. See how we go. I just think it'd be really cool to have a crow just to like follow me around. A raven, just a straight up raven. Sick. Just think it would really match my vibe. So pretty. So vibrant. Patron of Ravens. Yes. Auntie the Patron of Ravens. Absolutely. I should be the next Raven Queen. That's what I've been saying. I literally have a birdcage on my head. It's just meant to be. Although canonically, in my lore, my birdcage is for my lovebirds. Because Auntie Lalarola is the hag that specializes particularly in lovers. She loves to feed on the freshly broken hearts of young lovers. So she has little lovebirds as her messengers. As her familiars to watch over the lands and stuff. It's pretty cool. Yeah. Aww. Aww, she loves eating hearts. So cute. It is said that Auntie Lalarilla was once a beautiful maiden, had her heart broken by someone that she loved. A very classic, running away to get married, getting stood up, dead before dawn, or so everyone thinks. But in this tale she has set up shop, and now she lures young lovers in, promising them little spells to help them get what they want. Inevitably, it always backfires. They come back to her crying, saying, Auntie, Auntie, it was no good. I guess it wasn't true love. She invites them in for a cup of tea. And then... Yummy. Yum yum yum. Tasty hearts. The broken hearts are just the sweetest. It's a matter of flavour. Auntie Lala right there. Well, she's an evil medieval queen for a reason. In The Sims medieval. She's a hag after all. Can't really blame her. It's part of her nature. Damn, I did this hair so quick. So yeah, that's the Auntie Lalarola lore. I mean, there's more to it. She has a daughter, ex-blood, named Marilistra, who I played for a one-shot. She was very fun. She lives in a coven with 4 other hags, which is pretty much unheard of because covens of hags only really can handle 3 at a time. Otherwise their egos get they conflict a bit too much. But there was an exception made here because, well, there's some weird shenanigans going on. They needed to set aside their differences. For now. It's not gonna last though. And one of them is prophesied to die. But we don't know which. None of it really matters. Marilistra was a one-shot character. And these hags live in a very distant land to where we've been playing. So, are we ever going to meet them in game? Unlikely. But she's here now. Making art. Making bargains. Love that though, good lore. Yummy lore. Thank you. She is very cool. I have a sticker set based on one of the other hags in the coven. Her name is... I forget which one. I'm terrible. I think it was Valmano. If I remember correctly. She's a green hag. And her thing is poisonous treats. So she uses poisonous plants to make yummy teas and cakes and all sorts of sweet treats. You know, the kinds that lure children off into the forest following a trail of treats. Or sometimes she'll invite those who wish to bargain in for a cup of tea, and suddenly their vision goes yellow and they realize that the tea that they thought was made with comfrey is actually made with foxglove. I mean, they don't die. Their wits are just a little bit... It becomes easier to make a deal with someone who's not in their right mind. Would hate to upset her by refusing her hard work, absolutely. And she often likes to trick them by, you know, just poisoning them, and then they get sick. She takes care of them, and then they owe her something. Or she'll drop them off back into the woods, and they won't be able to remember whether they made a deal with her or not. She's not very nice either. None of them are. My favourite of the hags, well, the Lullarola's least favourite of her hag sisters, but my personal favourite is a hag called Lauthathassa. She is a grave hag, which means that she likes to eat bones and dead bodies, suck the marrow out of the bones, you know, that sort of thing. Very grotesque. And even by hag standards, that's a bit much. You know, it's a bit distasteful. That's how Lullarola sees it, anyway. Yes, well, she doesn't really get on with the rest of them. But she's one of the closer hags to their shared daughter, which really pisses off Lullarola. Are they willing to adopt? They already have one daughter. I mean, I'm sure they could add. I mean, they had one daughter, but she did run off. So I guess they're looking for a replacement, I'm sure. But yeah, Lauthathassa, her gimmick. I actually have a picture of her. Actually, now that I think about it, let me grab the tarot that I did of her. Here she is. This is Lauthathassa. She is, yeah, she's a grave hag, so she wears these sort of like deer bone on her head and sort of spines and ribs and chains that all come down. This is I think this is my favourite tarot I've ever done. And she has a super long tongue, which, you know, was originally sort of used for sucking the marrow out of bones. It's very, very, you know, like anteater type beat. But she has this bell at the end of her tongue, and it rings when she talks because her tongue. And when she makes a deal with you, she always expects a favor in return, but she won't immediately say what the favor is. You kind of just have to trust her, bro. She'll give you whatever you want, but, you know, she's gonna be like, oh, you owe me a favor. And she won't say what it is, but she'll say when it's time. And when it is time, we'll hear the bell ring, and it will ring, and it will ring. Every day, every hour, every minute, louder and louder. Unrelenting. Until you complete the favor. Whatever it is. She's still not told you. Or you go mad trying. There is no winning with Lauthathassa. Grave hags do not like to make deals. They only really wish to cause misery. That's why she doesn't really get along with the others. Because she's just got no interest in actually making bargains. She wants to drive people mad and eat their bones. She doesn't even eat, like, she doesn't even kill, really. She just finds bodies and eats them. So yeah. That was story time. That was hag lore. There's a couple of others. What's the other one? There's Monorato, who is an Anis hag, and her gimmick is that she uses tarot. She uses fortune-telling methods. She uses the bones of birds for augury and such like that. And villagers will come to her asking for predictions. Oh, Monorato, tell me, will our harvest be good this year? Will disaster befall us? And she would usually give a pretty somber answer. Whether or not the fortune actually really reflects this, it's always a bit of a morbid tale. And so, out of fear, the villagers say, we'll do anything to avoid this fate. So she'll make a deal with them. And, you know, she doesn't get what she wants from them. She'll make the fortune come true. Sometimes she'll say, oh, all of your children will go missing. And then a couple nights later, she'll sneak into town and she will kidnap all the children. You know? She didn't say why they were going to go missing. She's not really a fortune teller at all. She's just a big fat liar. That's what I love about her. She's a girl boss. And the last hag is not really anything of note. She's just a slimy bitch, really. She's just, she's a water hag. I forget her name. But, she's not got anything that interesting going on. But yeah, so the, Laufethasa, the little picture that I brought up, that's a print. I have that, like, actually as a physical print on my Ko-fi. Or coffee, however you want to say it. And I've also got themed stickers as well for Balmaner Hag. It's got some like little pastries and poisonous flowers and a little like teapot and stuff. It's pretty cool. I'm still planning on doing stickers for all of the hags, but I've just not really gotten around to it. Really intended to do a lot more work on like prints and stickers and stuff this year for like physical shop stuff, but then my commission sort of popped off and I was like, nah, this is what I want to do really. So I've just been focusing on that. But for Halloween, I kind of want to do something funky. Got 10 minutes left. Oh, speaking of commissions, I have a question. Well, of course, go ahead. I'm all ears. I will try to answer as best as I can. Just kidding, my commissions. I know all the answers. Or I should do anyway. Be awful. Didn't. Wood is coming together. Singe the edges? What the fuck? What am I saying? Ooh, yes. Darken those edges. Evil briars or something. If I was to commission a half body of like 2 characters together, would I be doubling the price out when paying? So like be 70 instead of 35. Yeah, pretty much. I figured that since my prices are on the lower end, I kind of just go by like each individual character, so I don't really knock off money for doing multiple characters. It's just easier that way. So it'd just be double. Yeah. But on the bright side, you get like funky little background and all of that included in the price as well. So if they wanted to be in like, unless it was like super duper like intricate like tavern or something, it would be like all included. You could have like a bit of a scene going on, which is pretty fun. Be super cute, super vibes. I know that a lot of people sort of like sort of do like little bundle deals or whatever, and maybe I will do that when I next raise my prices, sort of include something like that, but for now that's what works best for me. Keep it simple, you know. I really like how this tree on this side is going. This side? I don't know what's happening here. What the fuck? What's all this? Done. Not on the piece, but on the stream. Okay, cool. Just making sure. Just wanting to make sure he picks up my little character peppermint. Yeah, I do tend to. Most of my commissions are like full parties. So I get like a lot. I get a lot of characters at once. That's what I'm honestly used to. It's kind of it's kind of funny when I get just one character by themselves, especially if it's just like a little one. It's funky. I take a lot of multiples. She looks so funny, sort of almost fully rendered in, but just like in space. Just in the void. She does have a background, and the background is what we will focus on next time. I think I'll probably finish. I'd say that this is probably pretty close to fully rendered. You add my little ting layers, background and stuff. I might possibly want to treat my D&D group to your token commissions. Oh, absolutely. I do enjoy the tokens. Those are fun. It's nice to have little matching tokens. I have some I have a lot of examples of my commissions, my little token commissions. The ones I do for my party tend to be a little bit. I can show you the ones that I've done for my party, but they're a little bit fancier because I've got them like fully rendered. The tokens are a mismatch because a lot of us are artists. Yeah, I think it's fun. We had for our last campaign at the beginning of it, it was like we just found like random images of our characters. So we had like 3 hero forges. We had like my art. We had someone else's art, and then we had like a picture of Sarah Paulson screaming. We just had memes in there as well as our character, as our combat tokens. So, you know, it's a bit messy. It's fun. but this time I already knew like what was happening, so I got ahead of the curve and I actually got them. A lot of the NPCs are either PNGs off of Google and then mixed in with my art NPCs. A lot of our NPCs tend to be hero forges, if they mean that much. Sometimes they don't. I can show you the tokens that I've got for that I did for my last party, and then also like this party that I've got. So this is from the one of the last campaign that we had. So he's got like an actual proper little frame that pertains to him, which is really cute. Yeah, it means stuff to this guy that you don't know it. He's really cool. And then we've got these like for this campaign we've got shackles as the frame because we were all prisoners and then we escaped. And then we have this time witch elf. She's pretty cool. We got a pirate. He's got like piratey stuff. It's really cool. Oh, this is bringing back so many memories, the old party. Some of these like some of the images in the middle are a bit like blurry because they're just like the full thing that I just like cropped in, so they're not like super funky. It's more about the frames. This one's so cute. This is Goza. My love, my darling, my baby boy. Would marry them all. This is Grimhilda from our current campaign. Again, the ones with the shackles are the current campaign, and we've all got little matching frames. It's so cute. Oh, gob. From last campaign, he had this really funky pirate hat that he stole. He was a bard rogue, and he's got bagpipes in his frame. Because he played the bagpipes. King. Maria, she is an assassin from the last campaign, so she's got daggers, and she's also like a noble. She's so pretty. This guy is like an Asimar with like these cool silver tattoos, so I brought them into the frame as well. So pretty. This is Perrin. He's part of our current campaign. He's a dwarf, and he is like the most normal guy out of the group. Got Quinlan, who is a Quickling. It's like a fairy without wings, basically. Senemirin, my baby, my girl, my little wizard. Love her, my darling. Sylvanas, elf, love, king, and then oh shit, this is probably my favorite frame that I did. She's so pretty. So our main group is like 4 player characters and the NPC Star Child. I don't know if the token page for your commissions has an image limit on how many refs I can send your way. Well, you have my email, so you can just send them through my email, and that'll be fine. Don't worry. This is Eva. She is a Oni Goliath paladin. And there's just the frame. Oh, and Saf, my boy, my little freak. I love him. My darling. Anyway, just looking through my babies. I definitely commission you 6 tokens, 2 NPCs and the 4 player characters. Slay! So I got paid recently, so I'll definitely commission you. Oh, that's so cute! Thank you so much! I'd appreciate it. And tokens tend to be quite quick for me as well. I mean, it depends whether you want like all matching frames, or if you want everyone to have like their own frame. that sort of changes how long it's going to take, but you know, we'll get there. It's fine. Would hate to ruin your rest. Well, I know that you'd be patient with me. If it takes a little bit longer, you know, it's fine. And it's actually doing a lot better at the moment, so my wrist is doing a lot better. I did a lot of art today. I've been working on let me just before I leave, yeah, so this is where we're gonna leave off this girly pop, Indigo Moon, I guess we have named her. I think I will wrap up what I was doing maybe off stream, and then next week we will do the background and stuff, I think, and then we'll have her completely finished. She will be in the meantime, let me show you just before I go a sneak peek as to what I've been working on today. I love this so much. I've been working on, I really wanted to do like splash arts of the characters from this campaign, and it's been so fun. This is so fun. Mostly because I messed around with gradient maps today. So like this was the gradient map, and this looks really cool as well. So I don't know whether to keep it and like keep them coloured in. I do like them coloured in though. So it's gonna be this is my next piece. And I'm probably gonna do a few for other characters as well. There's so many. Like basically, I just want to do like basically like loading screens for our current campaign. It'd be really cool to like animate a little like loading like circle or something and put up like tips. It'd just be so cool. Yeah, so you know, that's quite a big undertaking, but yeah. Anyway, probably stop yammering. Can never stop yapping. Me. Yeah, it's gonna be really cool. It's gonna be really cool when it's done. I can't wait to post it as well. But that's what I've been doing most of the day. So if my wrist can survive that, my wrist can survive your commission. Basically, there's a long way of saying that. I'm just really excited about that piece. But I take the weekend off. Keep her rested. Don't want to push it. Goodness, I believe in you. Thank you, Dark Shadow. Yeah, have a think about what sort of frames and stuff you want, and then get back to me. Get back to me. And hopefully I've done the commission in not a super confusing way. I tried to make it as clear as possible on like how many tokens you get for each thing in the like add-ons option. It's, you know, hopefully you'll figure it out, and if you can't figure it out, then I'll just ask and I'll tell you which option to choose, because I don't know, I wanted it to be as clear as possible, but it kind of gets lost sometimes. You figured it out. Yes, great. Good. I'm glad it's not terribly confusing. Might be a bit confusing. Anyway, I will love you and leave you, I think. My ears are starting to hurt and I need a hot chocolate. So thank you. Sneakily ask my group in DM for frame ideas. Yes. Do it. Harvest the ideas and bring them back to me, and I will create something for them. Yes, the heart of chocolate. I will certainly enjoy. Thank you very much for keeping me company, Dark Shadow, and everyone else who has popped their head in and said hello and fucked off again. It's been really nice to hang out with all of you, especially after taking a couple weeks off. I was a bit worried that no one would be here, but you came, yay! Hi Lee, I'm just about to log off. So I'm really sorry, but I will sound like Sungmin from Stray Kids. I don't know who that is, I'm sorry. I have to go look that up now though. But yeah, I'm just about to log off, but I will be back here this time next week. So you know, like and subscribe, and you can catch me on the next one. Okay, I really need to cough, so I'll see you guys